NBA's leading scorer. Freak has just been incredible so far this season. Just defies description. Do you see him holding onto the scoring title this year, Kenny?
Well, a big thing for Freak is trying to avoid the stat-chasing things that a lot of former players tried to do. Just getting his points. Now, if he just comes in and
It's the Pacers in Indianapolis as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest. And just a single game trip away from Cleveland for the Cavaliers. Game after game, the unbroken streak of wins to start their season continues.
And seeing where the Cavaliers are, they've gotten off to a terrific start this year. We knew they were capable of playing terrific basketball, and so far, they have not disappointed.
Well, they've gelled right away, and I think it's safe to say this is going to be a big year for them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's King at the pivot, manning the middle. The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And he's good on the second. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
How about the rhythm they got into offensively there? That no doubt in my mind what the result was going to be once they started to click.
Really impressive, partner, because they simply put it on cruise control.
Here's Ellis following the basket by LeBron James. Hill, no good. We're about 1 minute into the first. The drive by Smith. Here's King. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
To the inside, and stolen by Love. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. No good from King.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And that is good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now, here is Irving. He had 15 points last outing.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Ellis against LeBron. Here's the screen. And that one's good. George.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Hill against Irving.
Move the ball. Stick it.
And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
And George kicks to Ellis. To the paint, here's Turner. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Irving gets a screen from King. Nice job coming off that screen. That's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
All right, Doris, thanks. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Shumpert comes in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Reggie Evans. Pacers trail by 6. On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Thompson is out there with King. And it's Dellavedova in at the point. The shot by George, wide open. Off target with the open look. King outside. LeBron outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. LeBron's got the lead up to 8 now for the Cavs. Ellis outside. Stuckey dishes to Hill. To the inside. Turner. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Turner's got 5.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Now here's King. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Atlanta. You often hear athletes saying they do it for the fans, but with Freak, he really backs up his talk with his actions. And Clark, I've seen it firsthand. He's one of the more accessible and interactive NBA stars out there.
Yeah, I say he's walking the talk in that regard. I mean, he really looks out for his fans, appreciates them, respects them, understands them, engages with them. I think he's one of a kind in being sincere and genuine and looking after the fans.
Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. Then for the Cavaliers, Love comes in for Thompson. And Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert. 2 on the clock. And George, here we go. That's short off the rim.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Smith on the wing. Back to King. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
They've been ineffective in this one. Just no slowing down for Big Daddy. He's got 10 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now here's Ellis. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Turner with a screen for Ellis. Love grabs the board.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. Reverse that one home. Now, that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Now, here is George. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Detroit.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates. And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt.
He has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every train needs a conductor, man. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Here's Turner. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. King with it, picked up by Stuckey. There's the lob to the hoop. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks put on a show. He finished with 30 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
And here is King following Monte Ellis's three.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach grew on.
There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Here's King. Off target from three-point range.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Ellis with a screen on Smith. Stuckey kicks to Ellis. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. 10 points for Monte Ellis. The Cavaliers leading by 10. LeBron gets the screen from King. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 12.
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me. When I'm trying to force it on offense, good things happen. And that's why I've had success here early on. Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
They've got Ellis. Turner is out there with Allen. Then it's Paul George. And it's Hill in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And taken away by Ellis. He dishes it to Hill. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Offensive rebound. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. For Indiana, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Shooting for Indiana.
First free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
And Allen drops them both. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Pistons in Detroit.
Kevin, the ups and downs really made the game interesting to watch. But I just think after a while, they kind of faded out.
Which is too bad, because they gave a tremendous effort up until those last few minutes. And that, again, is the difference between good teams and great.
Ellis with it. He's picked up by Irving. Allen with the screen for Ellis. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Love outside. King outside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. King's got 18 points.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
George passes to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
James, the pass to King. Good, and the assist goes to James. 21 points for Freak.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Allen, a screen on Irving. Hill dishes to Ellis. Inside, Turner, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The Pacers making a switch here. Stuckey's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Dellavedova's checked in. Cleveland leading by 13. Irving passes to King. The kick out to LeBron. King against Turner. 6 on the shot clock. Tries from 10, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. The Cavaliers, number 1.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
That's good from King. Some changes for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Allen. And it's C.J. Miles in for Rodney Stuckey. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the
Pacers are doing, Kevin, here early in the season.
Get into them on the perimeter.
6th in steals, and they're in the top third in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
And they've been strong in the rebounding department, up in the top 10, and it's just not one guy. Really, it's been about the entire group collectively.
Here is Miles, covered by LeBron. They get the rebound. Here's Mahimi. And another shot. Cavaliers with the rebound. King's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
The shot no good. George with the defensive effort. Pacers trail by 15. Feeds it to Miles. Pass to George. Inside, Mahimi, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Freak.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle.
Pacers shooting poorly, just 35% so far. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's King at the 5 roaming the paint. The offensive rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Love outside. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Love's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Cavs. Hill kicks to Ellis. The dish now to Miles. To the middle. Here's Allen. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far. And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Ellis dishes to Hill. Back to Ellis. Lets the 3 fly. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
And King, here we go. The layup off target. Pacers trail by 14. Ellis with the screen for Hill. Passes it to Hill. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pick up by Hill. Miles, that's for 2. Kept alive by Indiana.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys. There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Got it. Get the ball inside.
Pass to King. Love outside. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Pacers trail by 10. Over in the corner, Ellis misses the three.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. Here's Irving. To the paint.
That athleticism.
Yeah.
Boy, you got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man down.
You know, Clark, and even then, he might just go over it.
He could.
Look at this. Check out the elevation he gets.
Major.
Wow, I tell you, I just cannot get enough of those kind of plays. What a rim wrecker.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
Thanks, Doris. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Smith wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. Hill with it. Outside, George. It's back to Hill. There's a screen. Down low. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road.
Kevin, thank you. Tristan, what was Coach's focus for this team coming into tonight's game?
Coach got after us, told us to start, we got to play defense. Just can't come in here and just let them make a score opportunity. We got to play defense and get back.
Tristan, thank you. Kevin, sometimes you've just got to light the fire.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's freak. He's really set the tone for them in the first half, and it seemed to just help carry them forward from that point on.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the...
Your man's hung in every verse. Spanish every summer.